So, guys, thank you for joining us once again for a twist on the Laymans Project. What we have done is compiled some of our favorite episodes from the previous
From the first season. Season one
Season one, we have
has
wrapped
now
that
officially wrapped.
up. Yeah.
So Vaughn has been kind enough to put together some clips. Some that made us laugh, some that made us think. Favorite clips from each of the episodes.
Long story short,
Check out these clips.
check out these clips. And thank you guys so much for your past, present, continuing support.
No lie, yeah.
Yeah,
big up everyone who watches and likes and comments, and yeah, we really, really appreciate it.
Yeah, you all know we need it, so thank you. And we look forward to your continuing support as we try our very best to continue improving, make things better, get more
cameras,
get more and more interesting guests. And so the elephant in the room, like we know we want to get more cameras, and we want to get that official elite podcast setup, and we are gonna bring
merch.
That. Yeah, more merch. We'll have different styles and stuff available. I think that's a fantastic idea. So that's an additional way you guys can.
So
support.
check out our favorite clips, and we'll see you back in
and we'll see you
2 minutes.
Back in a few.
It definitely is a little pedantic because I think you told me to call you Miss Trinidad and Tobago.
I did, but I was
She said her
mostly...
friends call her Miss Trinidad and Tobago.
Yeah, because he said, "Can I call you Faith?" Which was, ridiculous.
Out of time,
ridiculous.
That is
Please
met
lower
the
your
woman.
voice when you speak to me. There is, what can I say? Born special. Not that way special, like unique. Yeah.
All right, so I'm a girl. I want to be.
Are you? Okay.
All right.
Set
Okay.
yourself up there.
I want to be. I've never been a Miss Trinidad and Tobago.
I thought you said
but
you were a girl.
No, I said.
Oh, okay, sorry.
Imagine.
I didn't mean to misquote.
Yeah.
He did not say imagine. He did not say imagine. Run the tape back.
said
Run the tape
I
back
am.
right now.
Imagine. So I'm a girl. I'm a girl.
Huh? Huh?
I'm saying okay. So
Production.
I'm a girl, but I just omitted
The imagine? Oh,
hypothetical.
so we were just supposed to read your mind.
Yeah, I feel as though
You're a
it's
girl?
almost obvious that I'm not a girl.
I can't believe this is how I find out that I am prophetic. I will be reading fortunes for a
No,
small fee.
I just does that open up opportunities for me as a girl interested in
For you as a girl, interested.
Hypothetically.
Of course, hypothetically.
Metaphorically.
The thing is that this has come up a number of times
Number
at
of
this
times.
point, so I'm very much intrigued.
But I'm
Everyone.
not lady.
You're not a lady?
Yes,
What are you?
I'm lady boy.
I think
Vaughn is
that
discovering things about himself.
second time.
I think it might be the
Third time.
Third. I think it might be the third, but we can run the tape and check. But I have not dated in a while, close to 3 years. And I have decided, don't make that face, please.
We both did it at the
And
same
I
time.
have, well, you see, I know what it is that you're thinking, but I've decided I have evaded capture long enough.
Nice.
Perhaps it is time to
Re-enter the savannah.
dilly-dally in the dating pool for a little
You
bit.
know, you
The
make
problem
it
is,
sound so bleak. I've
Bleak,
evaded
eh?
capture.
personally, I never advocate for being sure about anything.
Absolute certainty.
In life, genuinely, if you wait for perfect circumstances and perfect situations, you'll wait your whole life.
You'll
So
just
I
be
advocate
waiting.
for, if you're sure that you want to do this and you want to at least give it a go, just start.
Put things in place first. Like, yes, just start, but you need a foundation on which to build.
Doing friends.
And a stand-up comedian. Hence the laughter intro.
That's not laughter.
Right on.
That
Applause.
sounds
Well-
like strip club kind of. Take it
Well,
off.
I did speak to the guys about that, but
That
uncontrollable
sounds
at times.
Nothing like laughter. But I'll take it. I'll take it. A friend of mine told me he likes plus size women, and he really just liked a plus size woman, and that's because she ate his bottom after sucking a Powermint. And I was like, bro, that's not representational of tall plus size woman.
I was really wondering how the Powermint bottom joke was going to come about, but
No,
You know what I was wondering about? Because he's like, he likes plus size women.
because
So it's like,
he had unexperienced one.
I was about to ask, so is that a plus size woman thing? Do I need
no,
to?
absolutely not. Because I like snowmen, and the thing about that is it adjusts to what I would do on stage. But at the same time, like I have seen Nyla Blackman and all of them come out in barely more than pasties and string in some instances, and mean saying that's a bad thing, but when you gonna see men like Ding Dong and them have to do it to come out in next to nothing, you know.
I think
Yeah?
you'd rather not.
Well, you mightn't, but you know, at some point, there's this line that it's an invisible line that exists where entertainment is concerned, where sex is used to sell.
And all they get show in Winchester bareback just the other day.
Woo!
I mean, come on, man.
right,
whatever.
Sherwin was always bareback.
If we get showing bareback, and sometimes we just get a little Benjai in our jockey shorts, a little
Yes,
a
Benjamin.
little
His
swap
drawers was a
swappy,
thing.
a little swap. Well, but you can always check out my social media at Semidi Trini.
Semidi Trini on everything.
Once you check it out, yes, Semidi Trini on Facebook, Semidi Trini Instagram, Semidi Trini on Pornhub. Wherever you want to look for me, you will
Great.
find Semidi Trini.
Subscribe.
There. Subscribe. Hit that button.
Well,
Hit it again.
Rhea Simone, you are incredible.
Thank you.
Your story is
pretty.
incredible. Step on my moment there, yes. Thank
Yeah.
Facts, yeah.
That's it. That's how it is, and I'm happy to be here as well because I know that as France is president of the Red Man Association of San Fernando, or is it vice president?
What?
I
wasn't
I don't know what you're talking
Rome?
about. I haven't been to a meeting
Is
in
it
years.
Is France, Cass, Rome? Who it is?
I have not been to a meeting in
Maybe for
years.
2024.
I'm not even in the executive anymore.
Oh, good.
You cannot get a woman to teach a man how to be a man. She doesn't know. She does not know. And so the best woman upon the face of the earth cannot teach a man how to be a man. You know, I remember reading a joke that women blame men for everything. You know, it's men oppose. They have that problem. It's menstrual cycle. They have that problem with mental health. So
I don't even say manipulate. I say gallipulate. Yeah. Yeah.
That's a whole new level you're going there.
I tell my son, like, you know, man don't really cry and thing, but I do, like, if he does cry, it's not, like, I don't really criticize it in that aspect. In soothing him, I'll be like, listen, man don't really cry and thing, you know, because, and I can, remember I have a justification. It's not just I have this distorted worldview. It's like, listen, crying is not ever going to, you can't say crying doesn't solve anything, because I had a discussion with a girl about that. She was saying crying, you know, it's like a relief or whatever it gives me. So I'm like, okay, good. I can acknowledge that. Crying is a relief, but that's a totally different problem. Like, that you are not relieved about the problem. You were feeling some emotion because of the problem. The problem is still there, but the crying is a relief for the whatever emotion that you were feeling. And that's basically where, like, crying doesn't actually solve anything. You know, crying would solve, like, the distress then, basically. So you break something, now you're distressed. But if you cry, you're not going to fix what's broken. You know what I mean?
I'm with you. I listen.
Well, I could push back on you a little bit.
Yeah, no problem, no problem.
Yeah,
let's go.
No, because the let's go. No, because like I understand from a practical standpoint, crying literally doesn't solve a physical problem.
Right.
But as someone who has broken down multiple times,
Right.
I'm talking extreme. I will sob for 45 minutes.
Yes.
And then have to go to therapy because there was my brain broke. Little snaps,
Yes.
cathartic.
Yes.
And so, I mean, hitting something literally don't solve nothing either.
Right.
But
Sure.
it helps. Working out doesn't solve a problem, but it helps. The professional that we have on tonight is a fitness professional, which Vaughn and I also are. So we are not just the layman's tonight. We are
Right.
also the professionals.
Contribute.
Right.
Yes.
Yeah. So Vaughn has also been a certified. He's been certified as a personal trainer for about 5 years. They applaud louder for Vaughn.
I mean, it's me, so obviously.
That's what we doing.
Come on.
Vaughn turn up the applause for himself. Yeah. So there.
So I did my first program. In those days, I had to fly out to do it. I couldn't do it in Trinidad. It didn't have distance learning at that time.
Tell the people what year this was.
That was approximately in the year 2000, 2001 or something like that.
No, because
No, it
before we started recording,
Yeah,
you said
you said something else.
1999.
All right,
Had a
okay, all right,
19
fine.
in it.
It
So
was
this was in the
right.
this was in the
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
1990s.
Do your
This
fast
was in the
one.
90s,
Right.
late.
So the 1900s.
Right. So in the
You've
90s.
been
The
you've been
20th
certified
century.
since the 1900s.
Right. The 20th century. So we changed centuries. And people used to be, this is not a fashion show. You can't dress like that. Don't do this, because my sneakers would always match my shirts and that kind of thing. And people would tear it down. Now I'm happy to see people are dressing the way they want to. They're allowed to express. And it helps with their subjective experience, because, having clothes would make them, want to work harder to fit the clothes better.
Yeah, I do have a feel to work out when I'm naked.
Me neither.
Which it makes sense because he spoke about having clothes.
Having clothes
So-
makes you more comfortable
and I
working
just
out. I agree.
realized
Right.
It
that I
is
don't ever
very
feel like
uncomfortable working out in public without clothes.
never-
in
never-
private,
I've never
different story.
And that puts us at an advantage, because I always have this thing where I'm not gonna give anybody with a beard rescue breaths. I don't care what you say. That
So
was it.
Vaughn boy,
Yeah,
I mean, I
He will
just,
let you-
I'm just
Yeah, I'm
he will
sorry.
just watch you and let
don't
you
think
expire there,
anybody else could get you, just not beards, Sprangers.
And this is
As
a
long
man.
as-
This is a man with a beard discriminating against bearded men.
Yeah, beard on beard is not good.
I would not know, right?
The same thing is going to happen to a woman, but a woman has more tolerance for different things. Women are not like men. Women are, I believe, in my humble opinion, they can be superior with respect to the things that they can handle that men can't. Their fiber dominance is different. The way they handle and register pain is different from a neurological level. Women
Yeah,
are
I was
totally
looking at a
different.
study where they said women's pain tolerance is relatively higher than men.
Not even relative. It's disproportional. Men produce testosterone at one site, and women produce testosterone in different places depending on the time of the month. A woman's body is totally different. They have phases. And as trainers, simple things like prescribing physical activity for women, there's a correlation between what part of their cycle they are and your expectations as a trainer in the weight room. A funny story though, the first time I was gonna get a prostate exam, I did not know, so I didn't go there for a prostate exam. I went there.
They surprised you with a prostate exam.
They said, listen to me.
That's
I went
terrible.
there. I went there. I wasn't feeling too good. And the
I bet you
doctor.
felt worse.
And the doctor, listen to me. And the doctor, she held up my file and she said, "Wait a minute, how old are you?" "Oh no, let's check your prostate." I said, "Okay, no problem. I'll make an
I'll
appointment."
schedule another appointment.
Right. She said, "No.
I need to gird my loins.
We could do it now." And I'm here. I begin looking at things. I'm looking around the room.
I wasn't prepared for
I
this.
wasn't prepared for this. My doctor, she is a she, firstly, and she's kind of tall. Her hands are big, and I begin.
I was gonna make a joke about big hands, and he
Listen
beat
to
me to
me.
just.
So she said, you could remove your clothing.
I didn't wear
and you
my
have to
proper
lie
drawers
down.
today. I didn't expect to drop trauma.
Listen to me,
Sorry,
but luckily I didn't have any underwear with the hole in it.
I didn't come in my good jockey shirt.
I had a good one. I was.
Now, I have seen Shadon grappling from, I think he was 2.
Yeah, he started. That was his very first time.
On the mats. No,
Yeah.
putting men in carrying scarf hold pin, all kind of thing.
Yes.
At 2, bro.
We tend to celebrate
Mediocrity.
Yes, we celebrate that. And I think that has now come so much part of society that we are now developing weak people in society. I don't have the time
to celebrate foolishness, brother. You're doing it wrong. I would tell you, you're doing it wrong, but this is the way to do it. Everybody will take a little bit longer to catch it. I understand. Not everybody learns the same. However, I will not sit there and see you doing it wrong and praise you just because you are making an attempt.
effort. Yeah.
Correct.
Yeah, because
I'm not doing it.
That's like it's like enabling complacency because like my son's sports they just the other day, so I'm looking at it. So they have the races and the teachers are making it like abundantly clear, like, hey guys, this is just for fun. Winning is not the issue. That's not the objective or the case may be. So in my mind, like when I was his age, I wanted to win. I'm extreme. You would understand that I'm extremely competitive, and I'm standing up there looking at him, and just like under my breath, so nobody else could hear. Like not even his mom. I'm like, listen,
We here to
I do want you to have fun, but you know what I mean. You wanna come first. I want to see you.
Yes.
Let me see how fast you could run. Let me see how, and I would be explaining. Okay, so this is the race. You need to do this, and you need to execute. If you don't come first, it's fine. But forget what they are saying. Winning is actually it's first place, and then you're actually
literally why we are here.
Yeah.
You
And when they give out medals and whatever the case may be, like participation in the bin.
Yeah.
I don't want to remember that.
Yeah.
I want to see the one on it. I don't even want to see the two. You come first or you lost. Moving away from mixed martial arts.
Yeah.
So how did becoming a pilot fit into that?
Well,
I have literally always wanted to know that.
Why? That also started at a tender age. I was 5, so make it quickly. My mom was taking me to New York at the age of 5. It was a red-eye flight. I remember it like yesterday. And back then, you walk into the old airport, you had to walk up the steps to get onto the aircraft. And while walking up the steps, your boy slipped, and I cracked my shin, and I busted up my shin. And of course, at 5, you crack your shin on the edge of those metal steps. I will cry.
It's tears, yeah.
It's tears. So the stewardess was able to pick me up, and she helped my mom take me up. But as I was coming up the step, the pilot, the captain, was standing there welcoming everybody aboard. And he was like, "Little boy, why are you crying?" And he took me into the cockpit. And when he took me into the cockpit, it was lit up. I was totally sold from then on. So imagine a little boy walking
I
out to
can
this
imagine my
humongous machine.
son in a cockpit.
Yeah, man. I was
I'll never hear the end of
on.
that.
And from that day on, I made a promise to myself at the tender age of 5 that I wanted to be a pilot. And I was able to accomplish that goal.
I'm gonna kick my son on some airplane steps tomorrow.
Yeah, so karaoke and recording artists. I mean,
Right. So where did you go
because
to
the man have
karaoke
album
school?
and thing out and thing, so.
What?
Again,
Yes.
yeah.
No, the man has an album out, bro.
France.
We are educating Vonos
lying,
tonight.
You serious?
Kerry,
I
tell
do
the
have a
man,
few tracks, yes.
tell the man things now.
Man, let me tell you again. So it's against them from my childhood. You know, I came from a musical
Can I just
family.
ask one thing?
Go ahead.
Do you dance too? Singing, dancing, karate. So
I
I know how
paint.
to.
You know, just one
All
of those
right,
people that
go
just
ahead. Once again, thank you for joining us on another episode of the Laymans Project. Franz is going to bring in our guest, so I'm no longer burying the lead. Take it away, Franzo.
I heard Vaughn feelings like the first episode.
First
when I
couple,
said,
first few episodes.
Let's not bury the lead. Let's not bury the lead. What bury the lead?
I used to have to, edit out.
And then hit the. I wasn't throwing a shot at him, but he took it personally because he's mentioned it every single episode since then. Anyway, hi everyone.
I got over it.
Intro time.
Yeah, so he's like, let's go record some shit or whatever. So we went there. That kind of happened. I recorded my first song. I think that, it wasn't good. I used to go up in the studio in Santa Cruz. That's actually where I met Kes. That was like 2012, and I really was not good. Those studio sessions for me, like I used to leave there like upset because I was just like not good. It wasn't good, and I really was not good because I was just like not good. Yeah, I mean, for me, it's just like you just had to stay. Like for me, all I did was just stay in my room and make beats all day. Like literally, that would be my advice to somebody. Like you have to just perfect your craft, and then the rest will kind of take care of itself in a way. Like you would never know your true potential if you don't really go through that decade of like grinding. Like you will never know. Like you'll be like, hey, well, yeah, I kind of had a thing for music, but I would have never known I could have done this if I didn't really go through like the years of like trying to like figure it out. You know what I mean?
Almost every single show, especially the bigger shows where it's like a larger scale kind of thing.
Yeah.
We've had people come up to us and say, I do not like
Siva.
your music.
I don't like Siva.
I don't like your music.
I don't like you guys.
Like traditionally, I don't listen to that music at all.
and
But I
really-
could not. Yeah.
Hey, I just wanted to
And like I'm taking my wheels and going home.
For this show, we have so much merch, a brand of merch that we put on. And we have a line for women because so many women wear our clothes now. The Lynch Pink line, where it's like Lynch Pink.
Just now,
Pink.
Lynch Pink.
Yeah.
I like that. That's cool.
So it's,
we can talk about that.
Y'all on the same.
Oh no. Yeah.
What the hell?
Y'all
But we
signed-
played for
y'all-
free. We played for free.
Y'all signed an NDA or something
Oh,
because
no. I could.
we don't
I
have
could just
we don't
edit
have
this
court
out.
clothes, you know.
Anyhow, but when we went in,
I don't recall ever performing in a foreign country that needs a visa to perform in.
we
whether
did not
you
accept
play for
any.
free or not.
We did not accept any thing. We just went there. But anyhow, the other bands
Goodbye,
were performing.
guys.
Good night. Thanks for watching.
Ladies and gentlemen, we got him.
Every single episode is not going to be like we will knock it out of the park. So today, it's Nico. But no,
Thought in the back of my head, is, what value can I really add for the audience, right? And sometimes you feel everybody's guilty of it. Everybody has a little bit of imposter syndrome sometimes, in the back of your head. Like, do these people really want to hear what I have to say? Maybe, maybe not, right? But I think as you guys continue to grow in the show, the main thing you could do is just always try to add value to the audience, right? And I'm really happy that, when people are trying to discourage you guys from the long form podcast format, that you guys stuck with it because it's badly needed, right? And we don't really have that level of in-depth discussion. And just even the couple episodes I watched from you guys, I know these people. When I say not personally, right? Some I might know personally, but when I've seen some of the episodes already, I know of them. I know who they are in the public sphere, but to actually hear deep insights into a lot of things is great. And maybe it wouldn't get everybody, but I bet you bottom dollar, the 500 people that listen to this podcast would be really quality audience that will actually sit here for an hour and listen to what people have to say.
because we obviously aren't the best podcast in the world. So if I realize like, okay, they actually really like that episode where France was bareback, So now we have to try to fit more of that into the
Has not been aired yet.
Nico, the first person I wanted on the show.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
I appreciate that, bro. I appreciate that.
First name for one call is, yeah, we could have Nico on. I was like, cool.
France
yeah,
is like,
no problem.
what the fuck, for, But I was like, France, trust me.
Don't do that.
It's like,
The man don't drink white oak no more, boy.
yeah. Listen, we'll see how long it lasts. So, yeah.
But you can't line with Danny again. That is it.
Big up, Danny. Yeah.
Big up, Danny.
Yeah, but you can't even line with Danny again.
I could have never lined with Danny. I don't know what you're talking about. When we lime, so it'll be me, Nico, Ryan, and Danny, Lyman. Maybe I mightn't be informed that Danny is perfectly cool, by the way. Not, shout outs to Danny. But I will just show up to the lime and it's like, all right, cool, we're going to, have a nice, relaxing blag, a couple drinks, and then Danny is there pouring out stiff drinks with no ice, nothing. When last you got so hungover, like you hugging up a pillow and like, that is how you just feel.
Don't ever make that sound again.
Yeah, sorry about that, guys.
But serious though, like I finally in my 40s learned where to like, you know what, maybe I should stop now. And like, all right. And I remember when I made that discovery and I wake up without a hangover the next day.
Yeah.
Having had a good night the night before, consume some drinks, and I wake up without a hangover and I could be a productive member of society. I'm like, what new world is this, boy?
Actually, liming with Danny made me kind of stop drinking
alcohol because I realized like
Oh, she gonna watch this episode
this
and
is
just
not.
be like,
I realized like this is not making sense at all. I feeling mash up, and there was a time I was like, France, what do you do with your head? You know that kind of way.
Right,
And
right.
this is France's Jason Statham phase or whatever. I was like, well, maybe he, but
France had a good accent, huh?
he had.
I
Don't
do.
please don't do it, France.
A guy was in my ear, right? And from Form 1, you knew. You just watch the guy running PE and you're like, You know that meme with Leonardo DiCaprio where he said a bunch of yeah. And man, we were mean to that guy in school, man. But he's a good guy, right? And he said he battled with it for so many years and just not wanting to wishing his feelings go away and this was me talking to him maybe like 5 years ago. We were adults. And I apologized to him for like being an asshole to him when we were in school. But like that's just culturally what we grew up in. And like I say, hey, I'm real sorry for like being that douchebag or whatever, but more importantly, how are you now? And one of the examples I always remember, somebody said like they had staff who like during COVID, when they work from home, she started a daycare. So she's supposedly working, but running a daycare parallel to her jobs. No,
Multitasking.
What is her productivity?
well, that's what I'm getting at. And so then when things open back up and business ramped back up, because remember, during COVID, business is also lower, right? When business ramped back up and then you're now demanding then your full pound of flesh of people, she couldn't measure up.
Right.
So her productivity. So I'm just saying there my organization, we remote remotely for the most part, right? But for everybody who has 1-4, they're also replete with examples of, less than honest employees who milk the system.
Yeah, there's always somebody to mess it up.
Exactly. And that sometimes is what skews the whole
Wait.
thing.
What do you mean milk the system? Do you think somebody sits down in their bed and says, you know what I need? Another job. No, you want more money. And what's the
Right.
reason? What is the reason that you want more money? You know what I mean? Could you have a discussion at your
licorice.
work? I mean, maybe some people are just licorice, but you work in 2 and 3 jobs not because I like working 2 and 3 jobs. You are trying to meet a financial demand.
No, I get that, but is your value that you're adding to the organization commensurate with what the organization is giving you? So if you want more money, are you adding more value to the organization?
Well, that is the question that should be asked and answered. Like, you're more productive. Does your company recognize that?
So it's all about how I actually don't lay it at the feet of the worker. I lay it at the feet of the manager and how people are managed.
That's part of the manager's job.
Yeah.
Is that level of accountability for your employees.
Yep. Management by objectives.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But typically it's much easier for somebody to manage the staff if you just get up and make our rounds and
And
just
you
let
see-
the
you
intimidation
eyeball them,
let the intimidation do the majority of the work.
Yeah.
Right. So it takes a totally different type of management style
Exactly.
to manage remotely, and people who.
But it's hard, eh?
Of course,
because,
it's hard.
because it takes effort from the leader to invest that time and then think about when you're
What?
scaling that, right? So a lot of them don't.
Get rid of that. You want the managers to work harder.
Work harder.
What? Bro, what are you talking about, man?
Get the
You
fuck.
want effort?
Are you crazy?
You serious?
So Hart and Co. Your list, commercial, residential,
Everything. Anything. Land. Yeah.
land too.
Yes.
So if somebody is looking, let's use land as an example.
Right.
Somebody is looking to buy land, because I just had a conversation with a friend of mine who was saying they wanted to buy land. I actually gave them your number.
Thank you. appreciate that.
I recommended that they go to an agent because they were just going to do like what I imagine most of Trinidad and Tobago does is just drive around and just look for
For
signs.
sale signs, yeah.
Yeah. What is the advantage of reaching out to an agent over just driving around looking for, or like word of mouth?
Yeah. Well, okay. So there are tons of advantages, and obviously I am very pro agent, and I
Well,
think
clearly, Obviously,
clearly,
yeah.
and I think that anybody that is willing to drive around is basically has a lot of time to waste. That is basically what I would say about that person, because for sale signs, you don't know if they're old, you don't know if they're new. People steal for sale signs all the time. People actually butcher for sale signs. People put fake numbers on for sale signs all the time. This is a big issue. But you're going to come to a real estate agent because the first question that I would probably ask your friend is, are you a cash buyer or are you bank approved? My reason for asking that is that I know that they know what their budget is. If he's a cash purchaser, then he knows I want to spend $1 million on a piece of land. Just calling an arbitrary number. If he says I'm bank approved, then he'll know what the bank approves him for. If he says, I don't know, I don't have cash, but I haven't approached the bank yet, I would say you need to approach the bank.
Right.
You need to know what you're working with. And so I would give him basically a list of mortgage agents that we work with regularly. He can obviously have a relationship with his bank and go in and have a chat with a mortgage agent. He can call around, he can shop around rates. I mean, that's something I recommend that people do as well sometimes. To kind of find where the sweet spot is. But I would ask him what his budget is. And then I would go out and I would search. I would obviously look at my inventory first, and I would send him all of the viable options. And if I say, I'm so sorry, I don't have anything in that area right now, but I'm going to go and find it for you. So
And you know, I had a kind of like I want to say like a real estate horror story, but I missed my chance.
I have a couple. I don't want to tell them here. It's too recent. People know themselves.
Well, I mean, mine isn't recent. It's like, and I mean, I don't have to call any names. When I tell you real craziness, like, so I actually went with this person. They wanted to rent a property. So they spoke to the owner. I was just like, accompanying this said person. So they went to the person, spoke to the person for themselves. Like, yeah, cool, great. I want to see the property. Went down. Like I went, started power washing. So this is to rent the property. Power washing. So that's one day. And we went down another day. So they took out like a set of furniture, fridge, everything for this house, the whole house. And the house is in a gated community, everything great, cool. So like I think probably the day before the furniture was supposed to get there, so we went down just to do some, little cleaning at the end. So we cleaning, and the neighbors ended up, calling the police first. So we are like...
Casually.
Yeah, I mean, so they just call the police first.
Tell a man power washing next door.
This
officer.
These guys are like super trespassing,
They're cleaning.
Yeah, they...
How dare they?
Men making herself at home,
I
man.
have never seen this before in my life. They're like power washing loudly. And so it wasn't it was like the residents.
Yeah, residential police, yeah.
So they popped up and it's like, so what are you guys doing here? And I mean, you just real unassuming, just cleaning it up, have some furniture and whatever coming up. So they're like, yeah, well, we got a call from, the owner. There was, some complaints, something like so now I'm not any more invested in this project than, like the loan of my power washer. So I'm like, I'm very casually. The owner, that's pretty weird. We just spoke to him. What do you mean? What do you mean the owner? You talking about? So they're like, oh no, he's not the owner. There's a big dispute with him and the owner. So it's like some kind of a situation where like he's related to the owner, but they was owing some money and they're talking about this whole thing. Like the long story short is like this property is actually in a dispute. The guy actually, so they call the guy on the phone and he's like, oh, they really do that. So they come down there long time, them owing me this money and so I'm like, so my friend is talking on the phone. So I'm like,
they don't need my power washer, right?
No, well, yeah. So
inside me now, I'm like, wait, this man trying to, con me here. So I just like, so let me just talk to him. So I'm like, okay, well, what's going on with the money that we, paid down, first and last? Because these guys are actually, going to keep the house keys for safekeeping until, the dispute is over, which is totally understandable. That is fine. I'm not even going to get into the dilemma we are in now with like when the furniture comes from courts and we don't have a place to put it in. What's going on with the cash that
Just give me my money back. Yeah.
Yeah, this.
So we didn't have anywhere to really like start the farming because you need land.
So I've heard.
Yeah. So
That's the crux of the whole thing.
Yeah.
You can't just start. You need to.
Certain infrastructure you need. You can't just.
So started to embark on the impossible, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So from there, I was like, all right, let me go to ADB, me get a loan. Went in there, explained to them about aquaponics, hydroponics. They knew a little bit about the hydroponics.
Pause. ADB being Agricultural Development Bank.
Yeah. Talking about aquaponics, then they did not know anything about that. So they was like, nah, like, sorry.
Nah, I don't have Google, bro. I don't. You're not funding this at all.
So like, I kept refining.
You want a loan for agriculture?
I'm here to tell you right now, we don't care. Let me tell you, we don't care.
Yeah.
From the ADB, no.
Come on. What do you think is going on here?
We deal in land, bro.
But actually, we should have a drink.
We should have a drink, and
we could definitely have a drink.
Excellent segue, because I know you brought something for
I did
us
bring something, yeah.
to drink. So you need to jump on that side of the bar, and Vaughn could jump on this side of the bar.
Show us what you got, man.
And show us what you got.
Sure.
So.
All right, so let's get a drink, guys.
Yeah.
Let's get a drink, man.
What are we having?
So it is a coffee-infused Negroni. The coffee is actually local from Rio Claro. Also roasted down here, processed. It's also by a friend of mine, Roastel Coffee, Hanson.
Yes, big up Roastel. Big up Hanson. Love Roastel coffee. Roastel cold brew coffee. So yeah, big up yourself, Hanson.
Not a humongous coffee lover myself, but
Roastel is how I got into drinking coffee.
Yeah, same.
No lie, yeah.
Yeah, I was not a big coffee drinker myself, actually. So
this is it. Okay.
That's it. It's just a pour.
All right. And as cultured people often do, cheers.
Cheers.
Salud, fellas.
Salud. Okay, I didn't expect this to taste nice.
God damn, nah, that is delicious.
I dislike I dislike coffee.
Yeah.
But this is nice.
Yeah, what do you have to what you like to drink?
And I've never had a Negroni.
That is fantastic. We've heard a lot about what you have done for the industry. This is a really kind of a squishy question. What is the industry doing for you? Because you need to we need to
get you to Italy.
How what's the give back to Beans in terms of like you representing Trinidad and Tobago? I'm not sure if anybody else from Trinidad and Tobago was selected for this. I mean, I know you said
not to my knowledge. I mean, I don't know if anybody. There might be somebody up there. We'll
but
see.
even if that would be okay.
But outside
2 of 14.
Yeah. No, it wouldn't be bartending wise. It'll be good up there, as far as I know. But it might have an extra Trinidadian up there. They tend to be.
We everything.
We insult.
Yeah.
You will bounce up a Trinidad.
I probably will. I'm pretty sure.
But still, this is it sounds to me like something incredible to hop on. My thing is if they could recognize your talent, who down here has done the same,
No, nobody as far as I know. I don't think they have anybody down here
us
doing what I doing exactly. I don't know. Hopefully after this episode, we'll see what it could do for me. I don't know.
So well, exactly. That's what you don't have your headphones and so you may not have heard me say us,
Right.
but So how you've been invited to Italy?
Yeah.
How are you funding that trip? Because Italy is not next door.
That coming out of my pocket. Not coming out of pocket. So I trying to raise funds.
Right. So what about merch? Like what?
Well,
boys
I'll be
wearing?
having some merch out
Hold
very
on, hold
soon.
on. Left one model. Say it with your chest one. Drink local. Literally saying it with his chest.
So there'll be some merch, definitely. They'll have some bottle drinks as well, and I'm working on a cocktail kit that I also looking to launch on the week that I'm going, because I'm also taking a cocktail kit to Italy to share with the other delegates as well. You know, showcase some of the local ingredients we have down here. Like, I'm gonna do a kind of Negroni with a twist, just like this, but with coffee and cocoa in it, which is
Oh, nice.
yeah, it's ridiculous.
That sounds very nice. I will need a sample of that. So where would the merch be available? The cocktail
You
kit,
can check on my website,
which is
Green Bartender.
Green Bartender. What about the Instagram?
Green
Have
Bartender.
you because you need to start putting stuff like that.
Yeah.
I was showing somebody your stuff on Instagram, and as amazing as that stuff is, I still feel like it doesn't speak enough about your skill set.
Right.
You know,
it wasn't good.
So, those are some of our favorite clips compiled by Vaughan, some suggestions by myself. We really appreciate your support again for season 1, which I think was a resounding success. Excellent
100%
conversations were had. We both learned tremendous amounts of...
Yeah, I took a lot from, I took something away from every single guest, and I was able to implement it in, my daily routine. This podcast, great advice from people who have been through it, going through the trenches and come out super successful at the end of it all. So, yeah.
And we have more planned for season 2. So
Which means that we plan to be even more successful.
Even more successful. So stay tuned. We appreciate your support. We look forward to continuing support. And we will see you all very soon on season 2 of the Laymans Project. In the meantime, tough flowers.
Out.
Later, y'all.
Gonna finish enjoying these drinks. See you guys next time.